Hi, my name is Brandy Brandstetter, Wealth Advisor with Beyond Wealth. Welcome to the show. I wanted to record a video today because we're currently dealing with a major health crisis here in the US and worldwide. And so I thought it was important timing for our topic today to maybe discuss with you ways to plan to save for future medical expenses. And so I wanted to talk about today two vehicles that you can use to do that. The first one, a health savings account, which is an HSA, or a flexible spending account, which you'll also hear as FSA. So what I want to do is let's talk about what these accounts are, what the differences are, and which one might be best for you. So let's go ahead and break down the HSA first. So with a health savings account, one of the cool things about an HSA is that any contribution you make to this account, you get to make with pre-tax dollars. So it's a huge tax savings to you today, especially for those of you who are in those higher income tax brackets. You also have the ability to possibly invest those funds or earn some interest on those funds when you're not using them. And so all interest or gains earned on these accounts are tax deferred or could possibly be even tax free to you, which is awesome, depending on how you use the funds in the future. Which leads me to kind of the third tax benefit is that as long as you use these HSA funds for qualified medical expenses, then you don't have to pay taxes on this money again, which is pretty awesome. That doesn't happen very often. So in order to qualify for an HSA, you have to be enrolled in a high deductible health plan. And you are limited in the amount that you can contribute each year. So for a single person covered by a high deductible health plan, you're eligible to contribute $3,550 for the year. But if you cover a family, you can sock away $7,100 in a year to your HSA plan. So one of the cool benefits of the HSA is that as you're making contributions, you don't have to use it up every single year. The amount that you're contributing continues to roll over. And so that's why this account is a great vehicle for those long-term savings plans for medical expenses. Also, keep in mind that if you don't use an HSA for qualified medical expenses and you take money out of your HSA and use it for something else, you will experience a 20% penalty on that money, and you have to pay income taxes on it based on your income tax bracket. So this account is a true tax powerhouse, and it's great for long-term savings goals like healthcare costs in the future or even healthcare costs in retirement. We all know that healthcare costs are rising every single year, and it gets even more expensive when you hit retirement. There was a Fidelity study done recently that shows that the average retiree can expect to spend $285,000 on medical expenses over the course of their retirement. So being able to utilize your HSA for retirement healthcare costs is even more beneficial to you than if you were to have to use it today. And one of the best benefits for saving it for retirement is that once you hit age 65, you can actually use your HSA funds to help cover your health insurance premiums, which is not something you're eligible to use HSA funds before age 65. So I'll tell you, for a lot of individuals who are looking for a way to maximize their pre-tax deductions, HSA is a great way to go. A lot of the times people get to the point where they've maximized their 401k contributions, and the health savings account is their next and only option available to get more funds put away tax deferred for this year. So now that we've covered the HSA, let's move on to the flexible spending account. Let's go ahead and break that down. So the FSA is another tool that you can use to help you cover health expenses. Although one of the biggest drawbacks of a flexible spending account is that you have to use the money in the year that you contribute it. So it's use it or lose it. So this type of account is the best account for those of you who are focused on those short-term medical expenses. For example, if you have glasses or contacts that you know you spend money on every single year, maybe that's a great thing to use your FSA for, is put that much money in there tax-free, so when you take it out to buy your glasses, you don't have to pay taxes on that money. Another pro for the FSA is that you actually don't have to be enrolled in a high deductible health plan to take advantage of this account. So this might be a better option for people who don't feel comfortable with the high deductibles in a high deductible health plan and want to have a smaller deductible, but yet still want to have a way to save some money on their medical expenses every single year. Also, the limit on an FSA is going to be smaller than an HSA. You can only contribute $2,750 to your FSA in a given year. It still does have the same 3 tax benefits we discussed with the HSA, so that's good. So if you're interested in a medical savings account as part of your overall financial plan, here are some points that you need to consider. HSA and FSA, they both have their benefits, and they both have their drawback. So you have to make sure that you're looking at what are your individual needs, what's your individual tax situation, and what kind of health plan do you feel comfortable paying for. An HSA can help with longer term savings goals, whereas the FSA is going to be better for short term savings goals. Also remember, you can't have both. So if you're in a high deductible savings plan, or I'm sorry, a high deductible health plan, and you choose the HSA option, you can't also defer an additional $2,750 into an FSA. There are some modifications that you can do for like vision and dental, but you can't have both accounts cover the same expenses. So our team would love to help you get the answers to the questions you have about which health savings plan is right for you. You can visit us at our website and you can schedule a quick call directly from there, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you have.